This is an irrigated fodder production supported within the rangelands of the Horn of Africa, far region of Ethiopia. And this is the best practice we are looking at because we want to line up the canals so that we reduce issues of water losses through seepage and of course increase also the flow efficiency and of course also make the water use efficiency being better. And this is what canal is serving dual purpose for of course for livestock during the far end, but also for fodder production, food crop production, fruit trees to support the livelihood diversification of these pastoral communities. And this is how it's done. You can see this is the valve gate or gate for feeding this particular fodder farm, and this is a rangeland that could have not had any grass unless natural growing, especially during dry periods like what you are seeing there. That is very nice pasture sward. Behind there you can see maize crop being done with green grams also within those farms at the farthest end, with fruit trees, bananas in the farthest end as well. And this is just basically to increase livelihoods and better of course adaptation and increase resilience of these communities to droughts and the climatic challenges within the drylands of the region. And that is the of course the Horn of Africa. So this is something that can be upscaled. Communities are very happy about this. Besides just that, it's also supporting biodiversity conservation. You can see native grasses also growing because of the benefit of the water coming in. That is planted sward of Chloris Guyana. And of course, the only issues that we are now looking at addressing in supporting these kind of interventions within the Horn of Africa then is how do we deal with the challenges of invasive weeds, invasive species, which is becoming one of the major threats within these ecosystems or landscapes because of course, taking up the land, increasing competition, less value for livestock or human in terms of feed or food, and all those are the issues. For example, we are seeing a cocktail of invasives coming in. Here we are having Parthenium strophoras, and you can see what it's doing very close to this native grass. And you can see this Parthenium just in one location. Next is Prosopis juliflora, also trying to establish itself. We need to control it as soon as possible because it's also one of the major threats that was affecting this particular ecosystem before establishment of the pasture. So it becomes one of the thickest bush, and of course the allelopathic effects are not allowing other plants to grow. So you can imagine a combination of Prosopis with the Parthenium, and also just within the same space. That is one of the issues that we are not really struggling to deal with. Within the same location, you can see that is Solanum species, also very invasive, also becoming another problem to manage, especially when it comes to this very nicely established pasture sward. And also another one just next, of course not also of very good value to animals, that is Datura astromarium. And also this is just another big threat, also growing in combination with Parthenium. So we need to look at really how do we deal with this kind of ecosystem. So this land has been transformed to very nice pasture field, pasture sward, by the help of this infrastructure done to increase water, of course, supply, and of course increase irrigation possibilities. Land here was naturally like this. This was rangeland, not much of fodder, especially things becoming tight during dry periods. The other challenge that we also trying to see how we need to bring in experts and technologies to address is the challenges of this. For example, you can see this is harvested fodder from this farm, but this group has not been supported to have a store, and you can see the effects of efforts. So, the pasture harvested rotting on the ground and getting into wastes, which is something that we need to really deal with. So there are multiple of challenges, ecological challenges that we are seeing that we need to support communities and put in structures that, of course, really support improvement of livelihoods and building their resilience. So that the efforts are also going to be recognized and not going into waste. So as we think about the many challenges to address, this farm being first time farmers, they have done pretty well, maintaining that kind of pasture sward. Maize is something new, they're growing now and all that. Learning how to manage water for irrigation. You can see this canal, water is flowing and going to the farms, having that good sward, yet they have never done any farming in their life. So it shows there is potential for, of course, bringing in alternative strategies, alternative livelihood options, as well as making sure that we just maintain their main livelihood option of livestock keeping. That's why pasture is becoming one of their key things of interest into any programming that is done within the Horn of Africa. And this just replicates to many other of the pastoral areas in the region, be it in Kenya, Somalia, Ethiopia, and many other, Djibouti, and many other countries who are also within the rangelands in the Horn. So this is part of the practices that we provide technical support as a rangeland scientists from the University of Nairobi, Department of Land Resource Management and Agricultural Technologies. We work with communities, and we are doing a study, but also part of it is just sharing knowledge and strategies they can use to make their lives better, to manage their ecosystem better, and to increase, of course, their productivity and maintain their sustainability in terms of ecosystem management. Thank you.